and do something like that. Well, yesterday the weather was feeling like summer again. Temperature climbed all the way into the upper 90s in St. George. Most of us were in the 80s and 90s. Salt Lake, we peaked at 93, and that tied a record. Now, today's record is 90 degrees. We could tie that, even though it's going to be a little cooler than it was yesterday, but we're still going to be running well above our average high of 76. Our average low is 52, and we're nowhere close to that this morning. It's hovering near 70 degrees in Salt Lake and Ogden. It's right at 70 in St. George, low 50s in Vernal, mid 40s right now in Ely. So for a lot of you, it's going to be feeling pretty comfortable when you head out the door. Looking a little different, though, not in Utah necessarily. We've got fair skies, even though a few stray clouds have moved into the north, but most of the clouds staying well to the north of us. But yesterday it was so dry they weren't even popping up on the satellite imagery. But today, what's left of a little weather system is sliding out of the northwest into Canada. And as it brushes by, we get a few of those clouds and slightly cooler air moving into the north. So that's why the temperature could be a couple degrees lower than yesterday. But otherwise, high pressure still dominating the weather pattern, and it will for the next several days. That's going to keep it very warm and dry. Temperature will climb all the way up to 89 degrees in Salt Lake. So again, we might end up warming up a little bit more than that and tying the record. It'll be in the mid 80s in Logan this afternoon. You'll hover near 90 in a lot of the western valleys, peak at 86 in Price, and in St. George make it up to 99. So another beautiful late September day. And then overnight, we'll hang on to clear skies, and it will be a little cooler tomorrow morning, so you might have to grab a better jacket or sweatshirt when you head out the door. We'll drop down to 61 in Salt Lake. It'll be 51 in Park City and a low temperature of 67 in St. George. But even so, we're going to hang on to the hot weather through the weekend. In fact, 102 in St. George tomorrow, close to that Saturday and Sunday. We might tie records there as well. Early next week, temperature will drop into the upper 90s, so not much change. But in northern Utah, we're going to have a little bit more of a roller coaster ride than that. We'll still hover in the upper 80s tomorrow and then warm back up into the low 90s this weekend. Again, great news for whatever you've got planned outside. And then a very weak cool front will move in on Monday. Temperature's still going to be running well above average for this time of year, but by then we'll be dropping down into the low 80s and only climb back up to 84 by the middle of next week.